All right. Looks like we're finally live. All right. Yeah, now we're finally live. About 3 seconds in. Yeah, looks good there. So make this thing a little bit closer. All right. How's everybody doing? About to laminate this game here. It's a game known as the Road to 300. So first thing I'm going to do is see if I can watch my own live stream on uh, on my phone. Hey, there we go. See now I can watch myself watching myself doing a video. And this way, you'll have a slight delay. Huh. This is about as annoying as I imagined it would be. All right, I'll stop doing that for a minute. But now that we know this thing's working and everything's fine, we can move on and get started learning this game. It's the Road to 300. Now, first thing you have to do whenever you get a print and play is print it. And in order to do that, you need to make sure your printer is full of ink because if you don't, it won't print right. So I only use the good Epson, whatever the hell that thing is. Anyways, the same printer that Shaquille O'Neal promoted. You know, the big Shaq guy played in the NBA. He's like 7 foot 4 inches or something. And the Emerald Eye is here. How about that? We finally have an audience. So let's go ahead and get started on doing things I should have done before I started this video. I didn't put the nice fancy casino cloth down because, well, no need to do that tonight. I do it a different microphone setup. If you see the redneck way I do my studio, you'd be very ashamed for me because it's very low budget around here. It's not like we don't have the money to go get actual equipment. It's just I prefer to do it in a fashion that makes trailer park people proud. So I have a step ladder I guess I got from a hardware store, and I have an old piece of particle board, very hard particle board, multiple layers glued on together. I have a ring light and a camera mount that I've clamped onto this board. I've nailed a nail on the other side of the board, and I have a paint can counterbalancing the weight of the camera. And this way, my camera and my ring light are all held on this step stool. So is my laptop, and I have the microphone suspended above where the same particle board that's holding it up. There's a little hole for like a paintbrush for this thing. This thing was designed to be somebody's working step ladder. Instead, I just turned it into a camera mount. Looks like we've gone through one. So every time I do it, ooh, that's hot on the other side. Let's go ahead and do it one more pass through. I like to double pass when I laminate stuff just to be high quality and stuff. And I have myself a dry erase marker, which I'm going to need for this. As soon as this is over, I'll turn this off and get started on trying to remember how to play this game. I can play it on Board Game Arena just fine because it administers everything for you, but administering a game yourself is always a challenge. And the rules for this were in German, and I had to get them translated through Google, and that's not always the best. So there were some parts that were confusing. And well, the goal of this game is simply to get 300 points before you run out of possible moves. Is really the easiest description to describe this. And there's going to be a couple times in this live stream I'm probably going to have to look up the rules on my phone, and you'll probably see me thinking out loud, which will be painful to watch because it won't be very smooth because I'm not a very high IQ person. And so I'll probably mess some things up. That's a possibility. I've played this once, but I figure since I'm a very bad procrastinator sometimes, and I should be getting more stuff done. Let's go ahead and fan this It's nice and warm. It's been double passed through. Now we have the road to 300, and I can put this laminator away. So let me get the rest of the needed equipment. And be forewarned, there will be some promotion of the use of alcohol because this dice tray is really just a old school, probably sometime in the mid '70s Coors beer tray. I guess I really don't know what it is. I guess they used to give these things out at the liquor store or something. So you're gonna have three dice, and if I remember correctly, you're going to be labeling a spot on the dice. You have a grid coordinate pattern 1 through 6, 1 through 6. So therefore, there's a 36 total spaces on this board. And the piece that you're going to have a spot that you mark, and then you're going to have a game piece like a pawn that enters. So you could use a physical pawn, but with the way Board Game Arena does it, you basically are using a pin. And so it goes something where you take a roll and you have three possible dice combinations. So I'm using my Kismet dice. That's why the pips are different colors. We got black, green, and red. So we did a tricolor roll there. The opposite end of the pips, of course, if you remember the last live stream, they'll always total 7. So there we go. This is good on the other dice game I had called Thanksgiving Sweet Potato Casserole. And so what we have to do first is we have to mark a spot. And this is where I'm really taking a risk because it's been more than a week since I've actually tried to administer this thing on my own. And I might be doing it wrong, so I might have to look up. So that's like I said, there might be some me doing some public thinking. So let's see, where are my coins at? It's always good to have a coffee mug full of coins. Cheapest gaming accessory. So we'll just mark down some possibilities of decisions that we can make. So I got 5, 4. I can go 5 on the is it the x-axis, y-axis, and then I can also go 5, 4 on that axis. These are all the possibilities. I could also go 4, 5, 5, 4. Okay, those two are done. Let's go with the 1 and 4s. I can do 1 and 4, um, 1 and 4, and I could also do these following actions. I could mark the 1 and 5, and then the 5 and 1. So as far as first move, as far as drawing an X somewhere, these are all the possibilities that I have. And then I'm going to have to move a piece. And the piece is what's going to be the third dice. Third dice, the piece has to start at a 30. Any of these corner 30 spots, its first move will be a 30. So if I would have rolled a 1, I'm guessing I could take 30 points. If I'm remembering correctly, and again, this is where I'm taking a major risk here and even doing a live stream where I'm trying to learn something, is that I might have to look up the rules and clarify and maybe look up an old example in Board Game Arena just to make sure I have it right. This is not a demonstration of this game yet. I'm really learning it, and I'll make a better video later with the actual casino tablecloth down and try to make a little bit more polished and get into MS Paint, which I'm giving trade secrets away now. Get into Microsoft Paint and making take a copy of the photo, a screenshot of that point in the video, and doing all the text on screen explaining the game. At this point, really not ready yet. Now, I left the casino cloth out because I did not lock the cat up. I say the cat as if I only have one cat. The cat is the cat that's way too social, way too friendly, and there's probably a good possibility he's going to jump on this table at some point. So I just left the cloth off because I'm not going to chase him off tonight. But anyway, so those are all the possibilities I have now. If I go with the 5 4, let's say I go 5 4. If I do that there, that leaves me one spot, so I could take a 30. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take all these off. That was our possibilities for demonstration. I want to mark the 5 4 axis that removes a 10. And then since I only make one move, I can do any of these 30s. I can put my piece at any of the 30s. It doesn't matter which end. What I can't do is when the next subsequent move, I'm going to have to mark a space and then I'm going to have to move my pawn. And that's going to be on what the third dice is, what the result of the third dice is. So I'm going to be moving that many. Okay, he got in the box and is making noise now. I'm not sure if you hear that or not. I do, but I assume you can. And I forget how good my microphone is. You can't hear it. So in the next move, whatever the third dice is, I got to make that many moves away. So if it's a one, I could take 25 points. And then the very next move, I'll mark an X on the circle. That means I'm no longer able to go to that space, but I get 30 points for that. And slowly, I'm trying to accumulate to 300 points. So that's what's going on. That's what I'm doing. And let's see what happens next. And let's see. Now we got 3, 3, and 1. So let's go ahead and for demonstrations again, we'll mark all the possibilities. We have the 3 on 3. That's going to be the same if we reverse these dice. So no point in changing it. The other possibilities are the 3 axis and 1 and the 1 axis to 3. So these are the 3 spots I could mark. Now, if I mark the 3s and 1s, I'll have to take 3 moves away from that 30. But since I have a 1, this is the spot I'm going to mark. Mark an X. And I found in this game from playing it on Board Game Arena, it's very, very good to mark the low values first and then circle the high values. Since we're only 1 move away, I have to start from this 30. That's where I entered the board at. Question is, do I want to go that way or do I want to mark it here and then maybe that's 1, 2 moves away? If I get a 2 on the end, I can do that. If I get a 3, 1, 2, 3, then I have to move from there on out. As long as I don't collide with another X, I'm okay. So I'll just circle this 25. I'll place an X here. So far, I now have 30 points, and we're trying to get to 300. Now, let me do us all a favor and do that. That way, you can see the board a lot better. Then we'll take up our dice. That move is over with, and we will roll. And this is good news. I think I have a lot of luck when I do these live streams. I guess I get a lot of dice luck. All right, we'll illustrate for purposes only again, so everybody can figure out. This game took me a little bit to figure out just from reading. So I have the 6, 2, and the 2, um, 6 as a possibility. I also have the 6, 1, and the should grab one more coin. Let's see, and the so I did 6, 1, and the 1. Well, can't do the 1, 6. It's already been taken, so no point in getting the other coin. So these are the 3 possibilities I have to make an X. They're 25, 30, and 25. Hmm. If I go the 6, 1 here, since I can't do the 1, 6, if I do that 6, 1, that means I can move 2 spaces, 1, 2. And that means I can take that 25, and then I'm moving from here on. That might not be a bad idea. I think I'll X the 30, and then we'll go 1, 2, X this one. So now we get 25 points for that. So now we're at a total of 55 points. And I'll just leave these coins out because chances are I might need them again. So let's see what happens. So this game you can play right now in Board Game Arena if you want. You can watch an old game being played and you can figure it out for yourself. You really don't need me to demonstrate this, but I'm demonstrating it for the point of one, producing a video because nobody's produced a video, and two, this is an obscure game, so therefore the record of how to play it and its knowledge of its existence need to be out there on the internet. So it's a good time to film it. Now I got a choice. I got 1, 1. I could place right in the 1, 1 quadrant, and I could go 2 moves of 1, 2. That probably is not the best solution. Um, I can't step over places where I've already marked. They have to be free spaces. They have to be unobstructed. So if there was an X there, I'd have to go around it. And if there's a whole wall there, I have to go all the way around that wall. So I got the 1, 1. I got the 1, 2. And the other option would be the 2, 1. Those are all pretty much the options. These 3 are the option. Do I want to make one move from here? Or do I want to go 2 moves and get to 10 and keep that other side open from there? That's a tough question. At this point, I'm thinking of just moving down, so I should just do the 2-1 or the 1-2, one of these two. And I'm guessing it'd be better to do the 2-1, and we'll go down one space, add another 25 points. That's 50 plus 30. That means I have 80 points. My caveman math works. So we'll keep moving. That turns over. We'll roll. We have a 2-3-1 6. Sorry, yeah, 2-3-6. So now I really have to think about this because I can move 6 spaces from this one if I go with the uh, 2-3 or the 3-2. Both the 2-3 and the 3-2 are 10 points. Everything on the 6 quadrant line is high points, so I really don't want to do that. But if I have to move 6 spaces, what can I do? I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I can come back to those other ones by rolling a 1 or a 2. Uh, shoot, that would require the 3-2, and I end up over there. All right, I'll do that. We'll go 3-2. Now, in Board Game Arena, it allows you to cheat because all your thinking's done for you. Here, you're physically having to administer this game. You're really not seeing the whole picture as clearly as you would on Board Game Arena, where everything's automated. 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can go right over here. That gives me an additional 20 points. So now we're at 100. Let's see. 50 plus 50 is 100. My caveman math works. We're okay. And we'll roll. We have a 144, 144, 441, whatever. Let's see. Along the ones are cut course just as bad as the sixes, but we're inside a 4-4 gives us a 5. That gives us one space, so we can take that extra 20. Ooh, that puts us in a bind though. If I take the 4-4 spot, I am in this trap. That's not good. If I take the 1-4 spot, I can go 4 spaces away. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mm. I'm kinda worried about the spot right here. If I ever have to exit out, I'm in a trap. I've really trapped myself. You cannot go diagonally. It has to be orthogonally or horizontally, vertically, horizontally. No diagonal moves on your marker. So once that space gets used, I'm kinda screwed. So I really probably need to circle that at some point if I can. Hmm. And once you cross it, you can't go back over that path. So these X's with the circle are just as blocking as much as the straight X's themselves. So a lot of thinking you have to really do in your head with this game. That in Board Game Arena it makes it pretty obvious. So question 1-4 or the 4-1. If I do the 4-1, that means I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oof. Hmm. Either way, I gotta get as much points out of this and then escape. I can't do that 4-4. That'd be a terrible move. All right, let's take the 1-4. Mark that. So we'll go 1-4. That leaves us 4 spaces to move. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Circle. Add 25 points. We're now at 125. Let's make sure that works. We were previously at 100, so 125 is what our score is now. And let's start our next turn. Oh, we rolled the exact same thing again. So this will be interesting. Now the question, I can move past all that with 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, same distance there. And the other thing too, I think the other rule, if I remember from playing this in Board Game Arena, and probably something I need to check before I actually film the video, but I'm going to play it this way. I believe you can actually use less than the total rolled. You don't have to use all six. Like if you roll a 6, you don't have to use all 6 moves. You can take up to 6. So I think that's the one accommodation they sort of give you. Let's see. Oh, we actually have 3 people here now. Wow, how about that? So, of course, those of you just joining us, I am learning, and I have not once looked up the rules on this phone yet to make sure I'm correct. It's more or less playing this as a practice before I actually film the video. But it's, of course, the Road to 300, which is available on Board Game Arena. You do not need an opponent. You can play it by yourself, solitaire. So you don't need an opponent. It is a solitaire game, so you can play it on Board Game Arena. But this is me attempting to administer it on my own and not mess anything up. If I do, I'll fix it later. Four. So I'll go four. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Circle there. We'll add 15 points. We are at 125. Now we're at what? 140? 140. So the winning condition, of course, is to get to 300 points. That's what we're trying to do, anyways. 343 has been rolled. Let's see. 3-3 we cannot take. So let's not look at that. Let's look at 3-4 we could take. That was a spot. That was one of the spots I was worried about. I had a 4-4 earlier. Couldn't do that because I would trap myself. I'd trap myself. Well, I'm no longer going to be trapping myself there, so I should be okay. 3-4 or 4-3. So 3-4 or 4-3. They're both in the 5 spots. I can flip either dice around. The 3-3 is taken, so that's not a possibility. We're going to be moving 3 moves from here. 1, 2, 3. I can do that. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So we will X here at the 4-3. So we'll go 4-3. Yeah, 4-3 on the quadrant. We have to move 3 moves from here. So 1, 2, 3. We'll circle. We'll X. Add 10 to our score. We're now halfway there. We're at 150. So if we manage to accumulate 300 points, we have won. There's a good chance we're not going to win this game because this game is somewhat odds against. It's really luck based, but there's some decisions you could make that get yourself out of the game. So we've rolled a 346. So now we're looking what is our possibilities. See, we did the fourth 3 earlier. We could do the 3-4 now. But then I have to move 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't do that. Well, I could do any of these really. So you can move less than what's shown on the dice. That was the third dice rule, if I remember correctly. So you're not required to move the full 6 spaces. That might be wrong. I'm gonna have to look it up on my phone, honestly. So I could be incorrect here, so don't take this as gospel. This could be completely false information. So I'll do the 3-4 quadrant, and then I will just circle the 25, take the 20 points. That puts us now at 170, 170. So I have all this room to hopefully accumulate points, but I'm running out of spaces that I can X. Now, I can X anywhere as long as the grid is open, but I can't move a piece if I'm crossed. So I'm very careful with the circle where I'm moving the third dice. That's what really matters in this game. All right, so we got a 4-3 again, 4-3 and 1. So now I think the 4-3, the 3-3, yeah, what else? 4-3 and 3-4. Neither one of those are going to be good. So now we're going to be looking at the one, either 1 in front or 4 in front. So we'll go 4-1's no good. 1 to the 4 is no good. Uh-oh, this could be a problem. 1-3 is good. Okay. And what about 3-1? And 3-1 is also good. Either way, I have to move up to 4 spaces, which I think I'll be okay. I'm probably doing this wrong. It's probably getting myself way too much advantage if I'm playing this wrong. Now I'll just circle the 30, exit out, add the 30 points. We're now at 200. I really have to look on my phone and check to see if I'm doing this right. I'm pretty sure I'm doing this wrong. Let's roll again to see what happens. We have a 5-1, or yeah, 5-1-6. Let everybody see that. 5-1 and 1-5 won't work. 1-6 won't work. 6-1 won't work. So I can only have 1-5, and then I get up to 6 moves. Okay, let's do the 1-5. We'll X that. We'll 2 moves over. We'll get the 15. We'll add the 30 too soon. Hmm, shoot, I think I did. Yeah, okay, now we're at 200 points. No worries. We got 2, 3, 5. This might be a problem. Let's see. 2, 3. Nope, that will work. 2, 3, and I can move up to 5. 2, 3. And I'll move one space, so now we're at 25. So add the oops, not good. See, I knew I'd be making mistakes. That's 15 points that we're adding because we just circled the 15. We're at 215 points now. We need to get to 300. We have not been forced to take a pass yet. We're basically roll a result that nothing can be marked for an X, and then that would require you to take a pass. And I believe you have 3 passes, but if you can't move the pawn, the game will be over. So let's see, 2, 5 will not work. 5, 2, 5, 5, 2 would work. We also have the possibility of 2, 6. Hmm. I think I'll take the 2 going to 5, circle the 20, take the 25 points. And like I said, we probably are doing this wrong. Be what? 25, 30 plus another 1, 3 is 4, 240. Yeah. I think, yeah. Yeah, 240. Okay. Turns over. So let's see if we can get a. This is how many places I can put. I need one of these dice combinations to be in one of these spots. Either if I had rolled 2 ones, or a 1 and a 2, or a 1 and a 4, or 2 and a 4, excuse me, I'll be in good shape. Or a 3 and a 1. Nope, we got a 1, and we have a 5. We have 2 fives and a 1. This might be a problem because 5, 5 is no good. 1, 5 is no good. 5, 1 is no good. All right, there's nothing I can take. Absolutely nothing. So I'll have to give myself one strike, and now I'm have to have a short delay as I look up the rules again because I don't think I have them pulled up. Ah, good. We're on the Board Game Geek page. This game has 21 ratings. Let's see. What did people say about this? 6, 2, 5, 2, 6. And I got a bunch of Chinese letters. I mean, there's. Oh, here we go. A fun little roll and write, just can't quite get 300. And then somebody else. That's an abstract dice game about solo play, grid coverage, and dice rolling. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and look up the rules. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I might have it right. You know what? I got to go to the Board Game Arena page to get this game's rule book. That's how obscure this thing is. It's it's on Board Game Arena somehow, and yet the rule book is not easily accessible. It's had 1,584 plays so far on Board Game Arena. Here we go. Oh, we got it now on a Wikipedia, our Board Game Arena Wikipedia. So that's interesting. You must cross the square every round. You cannot cross out a square that already has an X or circle on it. If you're unable to cross off a new square, you must pass as indicated by an X. Okay, so that's good. And let's see. And for some reason, the reason I'm looking this up is because I'm not sure if I have to roll all 3 dice or if I have to pick one and roll the rest. Because when it's played in Board Game Arena, when you have to pass, sometimes it looks like only one dice and the animation moves. And I don't know if that's an implication that you can't re-roll all 3 or if you have to pick one to re-roll. So, okay, yeah, that's why everything's open because you can backtrack on the 3rd dice. So I think I might have that right. I'm probably wrong too. All right. I don't really see anything about, so let's just roll all 3. we have one strike. We only have three. Once three strikes, the baseball rule of three strikes you're out applies, and the game's over. And whatever your score is, that's what you get. You didn't win it. So we now have a 1, 2, and 6. 6-1's no good. 6-2 is good. If I do 6-2, that gives me one space. I could live with that. Or have. Ooh, no, I need a 2-2 for that. Hmm. No, that's no good. 6-2. 6-2 is the only one that works, and then we're going to have to move one space over, which means this is now xed out. We had 20. We are now at 2-6-0. You know what? I'm not going to win now. Just realized it. See, I only have one more space I can get, and I can't move diagonally. So I screwed myself. I've lost. So I've already lost this game. So it was just, we already know we've lost this game, but we'll go ahead and find out the hard way if we were ever going to have a chance to contend. Okay, we have a 2-4 that will work. Hey, what do you know? We actually get another move. So 2-4 works. We'll X there. We move one space. 20. We're at 280. I don't know if you ever watched BBC America. They used to British Broadcasting Corporation America channel would show English Premier Darts. I think that's what it was. I think that's the league. Anyways, they decided darts used to be like this real golf type atmosphere. You had to be super quiet. You had to whisper. You couldn't talk too loud. And somebody said, you know what should happen at darts is you should have long tables of people drinking beer, and you should encourage them to wear costumes, and we should play music the entire time. And so they took that golf atmosphere away, and they started celebrating real loud. So every time somebody hit three triple 20s, which is the highest score you could have in darts, triple 23 times, of course, equals 180 points. He would, of course, always just scream it out loud. You'd hear 180, and he'd be real, real loud about it. And so now I thought about doing that when I had 280 points. That wouldn't make any sense unless I explained it. Now the thrill's gone, so we're not going to do that. But we also know that no matter what I do, I'm going to lose this game. So let's go ahead and take our roll. And we have 665, so double six is no good. 6-5 is no good, and what acts as 5-6. So all these three are no good. We'd have to strike there. So that's two strikes. We re-roll. We got 2-4-6. Let's see, 2-4-4-2. Okay, 4-2 works. So we'll X there. And I have nowhere I can move the piece to because I can't move diagonally. So lost. All right. There's our sad Wojak. We lost the game. We did not win this thing at all. So I'm thinking I got all the rules right, but I'm going to play this in Board Game Arena a few more times because, like I said, this thing can be tough. Should I play this again or should I play something different? I'll let you guys pick out. You just leave a comment which one you want me to do. Cat, what are you doing? Really help if I got a paper towel or something. Hey, there's one right here. Even better. Now things will happen much faster. Okay. All right. So that's 300. Anybody do you want me to play this again or would you want me to do something different? I'm gonna try to learn something different. I think I mostly mastered this thing. Let's see what we have that I have not done yet. I think. It's Jerry World. It literally is a popcorn stadium that looks like the Dallas Cowboys facility. They even have that artwork that's in front of it. That's a really cool piece of art. If you ever go to Jerry World, it says AT&T Stadium, but really it's Jerry World. It's named after Jerry Jones. Ah, here it is. I couldn't find it underneath. We'll go ahead and check the Solitaire Bible for things I haven't covered yet. I probably need to learn something else in here. Let's see. Film that one. So, if you ever wondered what this book actually looked like that I have obviously written in it. As far as it's been like literally obliterated, this thing has been mistreated as much as possible. I bought it at the used bookstore. Uh, at some point in time, not adjusted for inflation, you can't see this. It's written in pencil lead. It says number 99. It says dollar sign with two vertical lines, $4.50. And that was probably because somebody wanted half of a dollar, which was worth a lot more back then. Back then, a half dollar bought you two cans of soda. I'm guessing that's how long ago this was. Um, and book comes from 1979. Jimmy Carter was president that year. And let's see. Then it basically goes in how to use this book and how he writes language and how you have to interpret the way he uses the English language to describe certain solitaires, if they're odds in favor, if they're odds against, if a game might be too hard or too unfair for the player, too easy and uninteresting. And he's got three different solitaires on here. He's got accordion solitaire, terrace, and crescent. And I've filmed so many of these at this point. I'm um, really not sure which ones I filmed in the past. So I might have to look it up on my own phone to be sure I'm not doing something that I've already covered. So in the first chapter, we got our closed games. Um, these are games where, let's see, infinite problems to be solved by care and patience. You really give a good definition of what a closed game was. Ah, in this book, a game is described as closed if cards that cannot be entered into play are discarded to a waste pile. Such games require the player to make decisions without full knowledge of the position, as there are cards yet to be dealt. See also half open and open. So, half open game he describes as a game which eventually becomes open so that the skill required is one of the positional analysis, but which starts off closed. And then open games describe a game in which play begins with all cards face up on the table. So if you watched yesterday, or not yesterday, a few days ago's live chat we did, live stream we did, we played the newly created this year game of Interlock, which I made the video for. And Interlock would be described as an half open game. We had a stack of cards here that we had to put up face up, and could we build to the tableau, or did we have to put them back in the discard pile? Or if we couldn't build the tableau, could we put them on the foundation piles? So that's a half open game because we did have a stack of cards that would normally be a closed game. And since we had cards on the tableau, that would be half open. Now, an open game of solitaire, all the cards are going to be face up. So he describes an open game as used here to describe a game which play begins with all cards face up on the table. So yeah, there we go. Pretty much that's how he uses his language. I never really looked too much in the glossary as much as I should have about all his definitions. A lot of times I just stared at it for a while and hoped that it came to me or made any sense, and eventually I'd get it. So first solitaire he has in the book for the closed games is Robert. It's a one pack. And let's see, does anybody? This is usually how I do this. I usually get on my phone and go to YouTube and go to the search and just type Robert Solitaire. Let's see if anybody's covered this. Oh, yes. Hozark Games has covered this. And so there's a little video. Now, it's not with real cards. This is literally somebody playing on on a software. And this is such a simple game. I think I've read the rules through it before and determined that it's probably something I shouldn't cover. But then again, now that I'm looking at how simple of a game this is, and it is odds against, so we're going to lose it most of the time because no matter what the deal is, however you shuffle the cards will determine whether you win or lose. And there is no human being on earth with a mind that can determine that he shuffled the cards well enough the first time to know if he's going to win or lose a game. So I mean, it's a very simple. There's a stack of cards that's face down. You flip one over, you look at it. Can it go on your single foundation pile? And I think you're going to be wrapping around. Let's go ahead and since I haven't covered this one, I have an excellent idea, and you already know which direction I'm going. If you've watched enough of my videos, I'm grabbing my Crayola box and we're getting our scan deck out. We're going to attempt Robert with a scan deck. Let's go ahead and see if we can learn Robert. He describes this as a old and rather intractable game that has unusual feature of building a single suit. Compare Golf, Kingsway, and Black Hole. Well, I made the video for Black Hole. That is a game you're not going to win most of the time. I think, I want to believe, now all these are the jokers. And see, a scan deck, you can tell which suit the card is based on the back of the card. So if you haven't noticed that yet, there you go. So my usual trick. So I believe Black Hole was one deck. I haven't tried Black Hole with a scan deck because it's an open game. There's no point in using a scan deck because open games are this thing is useless for it. And open games are the same deck of cards. You're face up the whole time. So this describes hold the pack face down and deal the top card up to turn to the table to start a suit. So the first card we know is going to be a spade. And turn cards from stock one by one. If the turn card is next higher or lower in rank than the top card of the suit, regardless of suit, add it to the suit. If not, play it face up to a single waste pile. When you run out of cards, turn the waste pile face down and go through it again. A second redeal is allowed if you have not been able to build all cards on the suit. By the end of it, the game is lost. Assume, since the original rules do not state, that sequence of rank is not continuous between ace and king. Now, see, that's where I'm getting. That's where I figured, okay, this would probably not be too bad if we can go ace wrapping around the king. But he's saying I don't think that was the case. So it's not continuous between ace and king. That the top card of the waste pile is playable to the suit if it fits, and that you're not obliged to play to a suit if you think the card better thrown to the waste pile. So if you think it's better to waste a card, you're not required to play it. If you play with the stock face up, you should play to the waste pile face down. So you got two ways of playing this. Do you want to play it open or do you want to play it closed? So if you play it open, you start off over here. There's your foundation. That's your first card. You can't play that. You're going to play this face down. So one of two ways to play this game: either do open Robert or close Robert. We'll go ahead and try closed Robert. And yeah, you get two redeals, and good luck. Let's see what happens. This was Robert, and let's leave that open for now. See what happens. We'll start with an 8. We have a 5, an 8. Now I could have played that 8 on top, but since this is a real conundrum here, this is where your brain has to think. Since the ace will not wrap around the king, I have to go. Once I hit king, I have to start going down. Once I hit ace, I have to start going up. Does it make sense to play that 8 on there? That's the hard part of figuring out a solitaire like this. Now, this is going to be odds against. The shuffle of the deck will determine the winner. You get 2 deals of this, 1 redeal essentially. So once we go through this card deck, we're gonna be turning this thing over and trying again. And you only get to do that 1 time. So this is mostly going to be a game that you do when you're waiting for something and you can't escape the place. So let's keep going with it and see what happens. Hmm. Now I'm watching myself live. Ah. Oh, dang it, we have an audience again. Gotta put this away. It was fun while it lasted. No, I'll keep doing it. In fact, I'm gonna put myself on full screen. That way we get extra confused. Just no, you don't need to see all that. All right, there we go. Move that out of the way. All right. Now watch myself. Watching myself. So next one down, so we can do that. So the next one should be a 6 or another 8. Queen, Jack, King. I can't do that 9 because I decided to go with the 7. 3, Jack, 10, and a 7. 9. Now I could have done that next 7, but for whatever reason, I'm thinking it's a better idea not to do that. This is one of those terrible games that this is probably the reason I haven't covered it. We got a 6. Now you gotta remember this is a rank game. Suit does not matter. So there's really no point in playing it with a scan deck either. It's one of those games you really have no business playing at all. You can see why it didn't succeed and wasn't greatly remembered as a solitaire. 4. Now, let's see, do I have a 3? Nope. Ace. 3. Then the 2 and the ace are down there. There's a 2. There's an ace. There's a 2. 6. And remember, of course, you can play cards from your discard pile. Ace. And you get me one of my Fisherman's Friends. These are the cough drops of champions because it's just pure menthol. And it tastes terrible. Ah, like pure medicine taste. I only enjoy them because I think there's something enjoyable about suffering. 3, 4. Okay, this is going pretty well. Please be a 5. No, it's an ace. So put a coin out. We've already done that once. All right. 5, 8, 4. I go with the 4, do I? Hmm. What to do? Should I play this or discard it? I'll need a 5 or a 3. Discard. Ah, maybe that was not the good idea. Nope. Now that sucker's buried. To play it or discard? No, so I should have played that 4. Now I had that 5, and then I've been looking for a 6. Ugh, maybe that was a bad idea. Mm-hmm. I did it to myself. Bad idea. Okay. Yep. This is not looking really good for us at all. Ah, there we go. 6, 7, 8. Now, if we get a 9, that'll be a good sign. We get a 7. Let's go back with a 7. Ah, dang it. See, now that's what happened. So yesterday I had good luck. Now today I have terrible luck. Not that it would have mattered. We're still probably losing the solitaire. You know what? I speak too soon. You just ignore what I say. It's okay. We need a queen or another 10. Queen. Do we have a king? Pretty much, I think I buried all the kings already. All the kings are gone. Uh, so we did not win Robert. We've lost closed Robert. And now, I guess one way you could do this, we got to figure out this is something I typically do when you have a terrible game like this. How do we sell this game to people? What you do is you get another friend and he does the same game with you, but he has a separate deck of cards. Then, when you both finally lose, which inevitably you will, you count your cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 23. If he has more cards than you, he wins. If you have more cards than him, you win. So, you know what? That's an easy video for me to make when I'm feeling absolutely unmotivated and I don't want to do anything else. We will have Robert. So now that that is done, I'll come up here and I find a pencil. And you would think I'd treat books better than this, especially books that have brought me um, so many games. But I'm going to write the word learned, and then I'm going to put the letters E and Z. That way, if I'm unmotivated in the future, I need to make a video because it's been a little bit. I can just come over here and do it. Now the question is, Auld Lang Syne solitaire, has that been covered? Let us find out by going to the search function of YouTube. AULD. Auld Lang Syne. Yeah, Solitaire with the Card Guy. I recommend him on my description. So the other thing I do when I see something like that happen, I like to put Solitaire with the Card Guy in the book. Why? Because he's already done the work. This game is no longer obscure. No point in covering a game somebody else has done because the knowledge is not needed out there. Covered, covered. So I put check marks there. We have videos of these. Ah, the dial. Okay, here we go. I skipped a page. Cotillion and the dial. I think I tried to figure the dial out and it was not making any sense. No, need to do. Let's get some dang YouTube musics in here. Precedence musical. We filmed that one. Milton, I think I was very close to filming that one. It's two packs odds against. Ah, let's see what's in here. Look at that. It's Quick's Longo. Use this as a bookmark. All right, solitaires. I want to say I did Nestor already. Yeah, Senate. Two picks already. All right, whatever. Ah, we are now in the reserved builders section of the book. Double or quits. We've learned that. I don't know if I filmed that or not. One pack odds against. Huh. All right, let's do this one because it's also a terrible solitaire. One suit game like golf or black hole is basically Robert made slightly more trackable by the addition of a reserve to increase the number of cards available for building. The title refers to the unusual doubling sequence in which the suit has to be built. Apart from the increasing the mental complication, This sequence is of no particular significance to play, which might just as well be carried out in consecutive sequence, but serves the useful purpose of justifying the title. Mm-mm. Well, you know what? I say learned, but let's figure out if I actually did this or not. I swear I'm having some memory of dang it. Oh yeah, yeah, I did. Which welcome how to play double or quit. Ah, okay, no reason to cover this. Solitaire by David Marlette. It is mostly an odd paper, but I Oh, I forgot to like a comment. Let's go ahead and take care of that real quick. All right. Hey, the heck? Did I call him out for this? No, I did not. And the cat's here. Hey, buddy. Wait, what day did he put his out? October 11th, 2022. 7 months. Oh man, how in the world did I miss that? Yeah, tell me about it, buddy. I missed it. That was a waste. All right, so we won't be covering that one. What are you doing? Huh? Okay. Yeah, you just do whatever you want to do. See, Grand Duchess, two packs odds against. This old and unusual game nearly defeated my system of classification until I realized that the so-called waste pile amounts, in fact, to a reserve. What a weird way to say things. Okay. To found an ace and a king of each suit when they become available and build them respectively upwards and downwards in the 13 card suit sequences. Let's see. Did I cover? Make sure I haven't covered this one yet. What in the world was that? Let's see. Where's my playlist set? Grand Duchess. Hey, somebody's covered it. Fala galera, tudo beleza Oh, com you hear that? Bem-vindo ao canal Matheus Soriano. Se você é novo no canal e curte. That means it's not in the English language, which means this thing needs to be covered. Oh, get off here. All right. So, because it's not in the English language, that means I might cover it. We'll put some YouTube music in. This is all the music to use. Yeah. Jogos, basta clicar no botão. Okay. Put our scan deck up. Up, Toby. I'm trying to learn this game, cat. The heck? Yeah. All right. So let's see. One deck. All right. All right. We're about to learn Grand Duchess. And all right, I'm gonna get a little bit difficult with this language I'm reading, but see, I'm dealing four cards face up in a row from left to right, and two face down, one side to a waste power reserve. Three, four, two face down. Okay, this is different. This version is different than this book, so all right, buddy, you're gonna have to. I love you now, but you have to go sit somewhere else. While I learn this thing, okay? All right, let's see if we can get this done. I'll probably have to consult this book a few times. I always put my jokers like backside in the deck, just so I can get them out easier if I need them. So there's my jokers. There's no other cards. Put them back that way. All all right. Deal four cards face up in a row from left to right, and two face down to one side to a waste pile of reserve. Found any aces? Hey, we found an ace. Uh, Arcanes that may be visible. To do further building that may be possible. At each subsequent turn, deal four more cards from left to right, overlapping any that remain or filling gaps as they cause, as the case may be, and discard two face down to one side. After
You still pause to build as many those cards as possible. Having run out of cards, from these discards face up, all of these are simultaneously available for building together with exposed cards from the four columns. Redeal, when there's no more building to be done, gather up the four columns from left to right, place the unplayed reserve cards on top, turn the whole pile upside down. Oh, that one. All right, there we go. That's good. All right. So we have an ace that can be played. Have nothing else in play. So one, two, three, four, one, two, nothing. One, two, three, four, nothing. So we'll keep doing this. I got nothing there that I can play. One, two, three, four. All right, nothing else. One, two, three, four, two, one, four, one, two, three, eight. All right. Is there anything available for your pile? The answer is no. One, two, three, four. One, two. Since I played the king earlier, I can't do anything with that now, which sucks because the jack was underneath here. We're playing downward all the way to ace. We're playing upward all the way to king. Have nothing else. So one, two, three, four, one, two. Nothing else. Okay, nothing else to be played. Nothing. Anything else that can get played? No. King. Anything else that can get played? Yes. Yes. All right. Keep going with this. All right. So now I run out of cards. So having run out of cards, turn the discard face up. All these concepts are going together with the third card in the four column. Huh. Well, good luck for us. All right. Can I do anything else? No. So now we're at the redeal stage. We know more building can be done. Gather up the four columns from left to right. So left to right, one, two, three, four. Place the unplayed reserve cards on top. Turn the whole pile upside down and continue in the same way. Three sets rebuild. So first one's done. So put a coin out. We have three of them. One, two, three, four, one, two. One, two, three, four, one, two. Nothing else. That's correct. One, two, three, four, one, two, three. That's right on the two. And yeah, we got something right there. Let's see, what do we do now? All right, nothing good here that I can do, so we'll keep going. I can't, I don't see a move available. I need a four if I can play at five, so. All right, three. This would be a really good thing. We had a choice there. We knew to take this one, so we remember we had a jack there. Mostly because I asked him to hard down. Nothing. Is there anything else? No. Yeah, for some reason I thought I saw a second move there in my mind, but it's not there. All right, nothing else. One, two, three, four. Yeah, yeah, usually went down. Like one, two, three. If this music's annoying, just tell me in the comments. I could do something else with it. All right, there's no other moves available, so from left to right, I'm picking up these cards. Oh, sure, that's good. Right. Yeah. Give her a second going down. One, two, three, four, one. No, that's fine. All right. Hopefully, people should be listening to this. Can't tell people to come watch your service. That's not promotion. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Didn't do that. Oh, do you have anything else? Well, I don't know. Doesn't say in the book. I can use parts from one side to the next. Oh, that's wild as hell. Yeah. There we go. So, learning solitaire today. We got nine that will go into ascending order there. Do you have anything else that can play? No. So that's entirely hard. You have seven, five. All right, so left to right, one, two, three, four, six, reserve, put them on top. I'm still here just changing the battery out.